The last sub-step we have now is step 1E, subobjectives. Subobjectives identify specific inventory items critical to accomplishing the objectives. So if you remember in the last one, we developed our objectives and we have determined lands physically suitable for an amphitheater. Now we're going to look at things that would make a piece of land physically suitable for an amphitheater. So what are our major physiographic concerns? So an example of some subobjectives might be for our amphitheater, that is identify lands with subsurface conditions capable of structurally supporting an amphitheater. Identify lands free of flooding, of course. Subobjective 3, identify lands free of vegetation. Subobjective 4, identify lands facing south for solar gain. Subobjective 5, identify lands free of existing structures. Subobjective 6, identify lands within the building envelope. Subobjective 7, identify lands proximal to utilities and infrastructure. Subobjective 8, identify lands not on ridges. And subobjective 9, identify lands with optimal slope. One thing I do want to mention here is our numbering system. If you notice, our earlier ones with our individual statement of intents, we just had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we took the first one, which was 1, which is where this first one comes from. And then for our goals, we had 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and we only used 1.1, so that's where this second one comes from. And then for our objectives, we had 1.1.1, which was objective 1, 1.1.2, which was objective 2, and 1.1.3, which is objective 3. And we only took the first objective, which is where this third one comes from. And now we have our fourth digit here, which goes from 1 through 9. And the reason why that we're doing this is going to help us later to organize our maps in ArcGIS so that we know which layer in the diagram that we're actually at. So if we notice here, we have developed only one branch, and that is this one here, 1.1.1 objective 1, determine lands physically suitable for the amphitheater, and determined its subobjectives. And these other branches can be delegated to other team members within your project. And maybe you have a specific team within your firm that is very good at determining lands that are economically suitable for certain types of development, and maybe you have another one that's particularly good at doing social cultural. So this is a way to kind of delegate out this large task of determining lands most suitable for an outdoor entertainment area. And of course this is very small scale, so this would be mostly applied to much larger scale type sites. When creating this diagram, we started at the top and we worked our way down towards the bottom. When we take this into ArcGIS, we're going to actually start at the bottom and work our way up. Later, this diagram will help us model our suitability analysis within Model Builder.